before we start, I would love to get to know some of our audiences. So feel free to introduce yourself over chat or voice, whatever you're comfortable with. You can unmute yourself and talk about you, introduce yourself, or write over the chat, whatever you're comfortable with. Hi, Mariam. We have Wajiha, we have Aman, we have Awais, we have Mariam. Hi, Mariam. We have Michelle from Sialkot. We have people from Peshawar and Sindh. Very nice. Gujrawal as well. Nimra. Hi, Numan. Zakir as well. Okay, hi, Zakir. Okay, so starting, right. Okay, that's nice. We have around 40 people, right? That's great. Okay, so the topic for this session is plastic pollution and its effect on biodiversity and the urgent need for an action. So plastic pollution can have significant effects on biodiversity. It has various impacts on the organisms and ecosystems. It leads to habitat destruction, chemical toxicity, microplastic contamination, so much more, right? So we have two speakers, but I think unfortunately one of the speakers isn't available. So we're going to move with the speaker that we have, Iman Danish Khan. Iman Danish Khan is a 12-year-old ecopreneur and climate education activist from Pakistan. She's the youngest member of National Incubation Center Karachi and the Founders Institute. Right. She has won awards for her education solutions on Earth Warriors and has been actively participating as a speaker and advocate on the importance of climate education at various local and international events. So moving on to Iman. Hi, Iman.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're welcome. So, Iman, I would like to start with, you can start introducing yourself, and then we can start the session.
Okay, so hello everyone. As Akira said, my name is Iman Danish Khan. I'm the founder of Earth Warriors Pakistan, which is a free-to-use climate educational portal designed for children under 16 years of age. I also have an ambassador doll called Fiza, which means environment in Urdu, as some of you may know. So yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask the audience if they have any questions, they can unmute themselves or ask in chat, and we can make this an interactive session. We can all talk, we can all chat, and yeah. So first of all, I think I would like to start with a question towards the youth. What do you think the youth can do to take actions towards biodiversity, to preserve biodiversity?
Okay, so can you please repeat the question? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Right, yeah, of course. What do you think the youth can do to, take actions to preserve biodiversity?
Okay, so first of all, I would say take small steps such as like not using plastic bags and taking cloth bags instead, and
Mhm.
cleaning up if you see plastic around places where it shouldn't be, like on the beach, near the forests, and like recycle bits of plastic too, because
Mhm.
only 5% of plastic which is thrown out is recycled, and the other is just dumped into the.
Mhm. Okay, so this is towards the youth. They can recycle starting, this is a small initiative that they can do. What else do you think, teenagers and school-going kids can do?
Like as I just said, just take small steps, because every small step it can make a really, really big difference. Like every small drop of rain, every small drop of water can make a roaring rain.
Uh-huh. Right.
That's what I go by. So like you can do anything, like tell like your fellow students or like people in your family about like the importance of tackling plastic pollution, and that can make a really, really big difference because it can just go on and it can spread the word.
Mhm. Okay, can we talk about the effects of plastic pollution on biodiversity? What are the harmful effects of it, and what it does to the environment and the biodiversity? Can you talk about that a little?
Yes, plastic pollution does a lot to biodiversity, especially sea animals, because most of the plastic it's actually dumped in the ocean. Actually, there's a little plastic island which is the size of Texas in the Pacific Ocean. And another big example, you guys might know about it, is Peanut the turtle. So when she was a baby, she got stuck in a six-ring plastic holder. Many of you are familiar to that. So when she grew up, she got like suffocated, and her whole body it adapted kind of to it, and she was permanently deformed. So that is one of the big reasons that we should cut down plastic waste. Another example would be the viral thing about a straw being stuck in a turtle's nose, which was lost away on the beach. That's why we do the plastic straw thing. But to be honest, only a straw it won't work because if you go like to Starbucks and stuff, they'll give you a paper straw, but the everything else is just gonna be plastic. So it doesn't work that yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Um, can you tell me about some of your initiatives? What do you do as an environmentalist, educational, climate activist? What do you do to play your part?
Play my part. I mostly think that if people don't know about a topic, then
Yeah.
they cannot act on it. So like if you don't know English, you can't be an English teacher. So I do my part by educating people about climate change and plastic pollution, etc., etc. But I also do various initiatives such as cleanup drives and etc.
Okay, you mentioned about your eco-friendly doll. Can you tell me about that?
Okay, so Fizza is a 100% eco-friendly doll. She's
Mm-hmm.
made out of cotton, and I'm the designer of the doll, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's 100% eco-friendly. I got the idea because of plastic pollution, literally, because I saw a photo of a hermit crab. It was stuck in a doll's head
Mm-hmm.
because hermit crabs they go around to new places to find new homes, so it thought probably that the doll was a new home, but unfortunately it suffocated and it died. So that's how I got the idea of pizza.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, we have a question here from Aman Ali. Um, Iman, what got you started in this space at such a young age, and what was your inspiration?
Thank you for your question. What got me started at such a young age? So ever since I was little and I used to go to school, like we used to talk about plastic pollution, climate change, but we only used to talk about it and like that's the end of the story. So I decided I want to do something for myself because I was a really big nature lover. I used to go to the northern places of Pakistan a lot, like Kashmir. And I saw I'll give an example of the Mahudan Lake. Some of you might know it. So over there, I first went there when I was about six, and it was really clear. There's a island in the middle of the lake, and it was beautiful with sparkling waters. But when I went there again, when I turned eight, it had changed drastically. There was trash on the riverbanks, and most of the trees they were cut down off the island. And there were many shops over there, and everyone was polluting and all that stuff. And that really hurt me, and I wanted to do something for it. So
Okay,
yeah.
wow, great. Okay, do we have any more questions from the audience? I would like the audience to unmute themselves and talk and ask questions if they'd like to. Do we have anyone?
Hey Abhi,
Hi.
it's really a very nice session, and I'm really impressed from Iman. Uh, I have done my master's in plant biotechnology, and I'm always concerned about climate change. And seriously, people like Iman always motivate me to do better for my environment.
That's great.
Like
So,
it's such an inspiration for us. Like you are just 12 years old, and we have just completed our masters, but still you are doing something for your planet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
I don't have much questions. I really appreciate your efforts, and I wish we start from smaller steps and contribute for a better future.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Liba, do we have anyone else? Okay, do we have anyone else? We have Liba Azhar asking, how can we introduce more alternatives for plastics?
Okay, so there can be many alternatives for plastic. Even like we can innovate more stuff that
Mhm.
can replace plastic. For example, recently, a brewery in Florida it created a cup holder that not only is it biodegradable, but actually seafood can eat it, so it can be a food for the sea animals. And apart from that, it can people can use glass instead of water bottles, uh, plastic water bottles, and
Right,
we can use cloth bags for plastic bags.
right. That's amazing. We have another question. What do you think that students how can students beat plastic pollution?
I did mention this in one of the first questions, but
Right,
like small steps, it can make a really big difference, like not using a plastic bag and using a cloth bag instead, and etc.
right. Okay, so we have one more question. Okay, so we have Muhammad Shabazz asking why government cannot ban production of plastic.
So actually in the UAE, there is going to be a carpet ban on plastic by
Mhm.
2024. So that's
Right,
also a really good initiative. And
hmm,
people here, for example, Carrefour, they charge for the plastic bags.
right,
And there's also like alternatives for cloth bags or paper bags. So the government, it's a really good thing. For example, in Pakistan, I think the previous government was about to ban it, but I think this government is also going to do something about it too, which is really nice. Um, so yeah, the government, even if they ban plastic, they first
hmm,
need to think through it and like uh focus on like alternatives, because it's not really easy to just ban plastic and expect people to like warm up to it. So the first you need to have some preparation for it, and then you can fully plan.
right. Hmm. Okay, we have one more question from Aman Ali saying Pakistan is a country which is at an increased risk for climate change. What are some actionable steps you would like to implement in your own community um, to prevent this? Right?
Okay. So wait, let me. Can you repeat the question, please? I don't really understand.
It's okay. Pakistan is a country which is at an increased risk for climate change. What are some actionable steps you would like to implement in your own community and city which can help Pakistan? Um,
So my city, Karachi, we are facing many urban floodings and etc. I would like to give an example that we should like do something about the drainage system. For example, in UAE, there are flood drainage systems, and that's a really good initiative that I think the government should take if we want to like prevent this from happening again. But in the community, I would say we should like put up some like for example in Sawat, there are many flash floods, so there should be like a warning system or a signal, because many people don't know when the flash flood is coming because of the flash flood. So there should be some sort of warning system, I think.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, so we have Maqsood Ahmed raising his hand. Do you have a question?
मैडम अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Walaikum salam.
ये क्लाइमेट चेंज का तो मसला पूरे मुल्क में बड़ा है, और
Mhm.
यही वजह है कि हमारे मुल्क में जो फसलें हैं वो भी मुतासर हो रही हैं, और
Mhm.
उनकी प्रोटीन्स और जो दूसरे मिनरल हैं वो भी कम हो रहे हैं।
जी।
जहाँ तक ये प्लास्टिक इशू है, अब बजाय बंद होने के सब्ज़ी मंडियों में जो फ्रूट पैक होने वाला है, तो वो गत्ते के साथ साथ पहले जो लकड़ी के क्रेट थे उनको ख़त्म कर रहे हैं, और उनके मुतबादल जो हैं गत्ते के और प्लास्टिक के जो क्रेट हैं वो मुतारफ़ हो रहे हैं। तो
जी।
ये ज़रूरी है कि अवेयरनेस जो है वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा दी जाए। सरकार
हम्म।
को अपने लेवल पर आप चिट्ठियाँ भी भिजवाएं कि ये प्लास्टिक के जो आप देखें कि प्लास्टिक की जितनी भी सब्ज़ी अब आ रही है मंडियों में, वो प्लास्टिक के शापर में आ रही हैं, 5 किलो 6 किलो 10 किलो, और वो
Mhm.
दूसरे जो क्रेट हैं वो भी प्लास्टिक के आएंगे।
जी।
तो मैंने कल भी अर्ज़ की थी कि जब तक अवेयरनेस नहीं होगी पब्लिक को, ये अवेयरनेस देने के लिए बहुत आसान है कि बहुत महकमे हैं, महकमा ज़राअत है, म्यूनसिपल कमेटीज़ हैं, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कौंसिल हैं, तो वो उनकी मीटिंग्स बाकायदगी से होती रहती हैं। तो अपनी मीटिंग्स में भी ये यूब रिसर्च है और मुख्तलिफ बोर्ड्स हैं जो रिसर्च के, उनकी मीटिंग्स होती रहती हैं, वो बारी बारी अवेयरनेस दें। जब तक ये अवेयरनेस नहीं आएगी, लोग कबूल नहीं करेंगे, तो ये
हम्म।
मामला इसी तरह चलते रहेंगे जिंदगी।
जी।
बहुत
यस।
मेहरबानी।
You're right, Maqsood Ahmed. He's 100% right. So, what do you think? How can we raise awareness to the public?
How should we raise awareness to the public? First of all, many people do it from the word of mouth. So if you just go up to a family member or a friend and like say that like, bro, this is a really big problem and we should do something about it. So they'll tell other people, so
Mhm.
they'll cut down our emissions, or we should post it on social media, because almost everyone is now on social media, and it's a really really big platform now. You can
Mhm.
say it to the whole world. um, so yeah, the word of mouth, social media, that can be a really big thing. And
Right. Uh, we have one more question. Just give me a minute.
are there any more questions?
Yes, one second. I think the host is just sharing screen. Give me a minute.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so जब तक ये हो रहा है, can you tell me a bit about what's your opinion on how can industries and businesses adopt more sustainable practices to contribute to the reduction of plastic pollution? What can businesses and industries do for this?
Okay, so government rules and initiatives can lead a demand for eco-friendly items, and collaboration and industry standards can be developed to promote sustainability. Also, additionally, as I said before, companies can invest in innovations and alternatives such as biodegradable plastics or something new, something sustainable to the environment, such as a new innovation created by the brewery in Florida, the cup holder that sea animals can eat. So not only is that helping the planet, is also something good because sea animals can get something to eat, since there's also a shortage of fish in the sea.
Right. We have one more question about what are your future plans to tackle the climate issue?
What are my future plans to tackle the issue? So we are doing some like cleanups, and we are hoping so that we can promote Earth Warriors worldwide. We've already done that in well, Pakistan, UAE, and the Caribbean region. So my aims are to promote Earth Warriors worldwide, so more people can know about it and more people can take an initiative.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. That's very nice. Okay, let me see. Do you have any comments about the deforestation in Pakistan?
Yes, I do think that it's a very big problem. We
Mm-hmm.
should not cut down the trees because, as many people know, of course, that um, trees they give us oxygen. Uh,
Right.
um, so we can use alternatives to it. Many alternatives are available if you search that up. So yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything to say to the audience, or would you like anything? Would you like to ask anything, anyone from the audience?
Okay, so I would like to say to all of you that no step is too small. Literally, do something small. It can make a really, really big difference. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I agree. So we have okay, just give me a second. I'm trying to read some more questions. Do you think there are any policies or recommendations or any regulatory measures that should be implemented in Pakistan?
Yeah, I would say there should be a law on the ban of single-use plastic, as well as a law on compulsory alternatives to single-use plastic, such as like cloth bags, and instead of plastic water bottles, like glass water bottles. Additionally, like big companies such as, for example, Nestle should invest in alternatives as well and invest in people making alternatives because they gain a lot of, you know, profit.
I agree. Speaking of Pakistan and Karachi especially, we see a lot of places where there's this plastic dump, right? So
Yes,
what do
yes.
you think? How should being a student or a teenager or just a kid, how do you think we should do we take a measure by ourselves, or should we wait for other people to do it?
No, I definitely do not think that we should wait for other people because we are the change. We are the new generation, that we should not wait for another person to come up. So we should do it by ourselves, whether it be like educating other people or cleaning ourselves, going to plantation drives, cleanup drives. We can do any.
I agree, and I think students should definitely, start taking these measures.
Yes.
I think we're out of questions. Let me see.
Answers of the question which I have shared through Menti. And the question is, what solution you have to stop plastic pollution? And the people are answering, and right now we are having 36 answers. So if you want to answer the question, I'm addressing the audience. If you want to answer the question, you can simply click the link which I have shared in the chat. I'm sharing it again, and you can drop your answers. That what do you think, that how, what solution you have to stop plastic pollution, like what is in your mind. And Abhi, you can read those answers if you can see the screen. I
Right.
hope
Yeah.
you can. And if anyone who wants to explain the answer they have given,
I think उनका connection थोड़ा weak हो रहा है. But yeah, so we have this question: what solution do you have to stop plastic pollution? And we have many answers. We have 39 answers to this. There is encourage research, use tote bags. Yeah, that's a good one. cloth bags, awareness, education, recycle. Do you have anything to add to this, Iman?
Yes, I am seeing many answers on this. Many people are saying that we should use paper bags. I think someone also mentioned that in the comments. But I agree that paper comes from trees, and that means cutting trees down. So we shouldn't use like paper bags. More cloth bags. You can recycle your old T-shirts, some jeans that you don't use anymore, and that can you can also recycle them.
True, I agree. Okay, what's the next question?
Maybe you can read the comments. I think we are having wonderful comments,
Yeah.
like one from Noor and from Naman and a lot, then Zakir. So there are a lot of other comments related to the topic, and those are very interesting. So you can read them out for the audience.
Yeah, I'm reading this comment from Noman Jahangir. Businesses and industries can invest through the Department of CSR, corporate social responsibilities for beating plastic pollution. They can arrange awareness sessions in different public and private sectors. I think this is a great comment. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes, I also think this is a really great comment. Thank you for that. So yeah, yeah.
Okay, we have Noor saying many people here suggest the solution is solution of paper-made products. Paper comes from trees and therefore deforestation occurs. Okay, yeah, this is what you said.
Yeah.
And can we make packaging bags from the materials from which medicinal capsules are formed?
I think this is going to be a really big health hazard, so I don't know if that is a really good idea, but thank you for the idea though.
Right, one second. There's one thing that I would like to add. I would really appreciate it if the audiences can turn on their cameras, just to make this an interactive session, you know. Hmm. Is there anyone? And also we have this attendance sheet going on, so you can fill out your attendance and then to receive the certificate, right? Okay, so we have Awais Akram. Do you have anything to say, Awais? We are also going to take a screenshot of the screen with all of the participants. So I would really like it if you can, you know, turn on your camera and smile. Okay, we have everyone. We have a lot of people. We have Muhammad Ahmed, we have Aman, we have Awais Akram, we have Umar Farouk. And also make sure you mark your attendance, right? It's okay, Awais.
I'm seeing Aman. Aman is in car. Aman, aren't you driving? Because it is too dangerous to open a camera while driving. I hope you are on the passenger seat.
Don't worry, I'm parked. I'm not actually driving while listening to this,
Oh,
but it's
thank
been an
God.
amazing session. So I had to stop my car, park it, and actually listen to it.
Oh, so
Thank you
that's
so much.
so I'm taking the screenshot, and this is like an electronic selfie we take at the end of the session. So you can turn on your cameras so we can take the photo. I will be capturing you all in the next 5 seconds. So you can turn on your cameras and keep smiling because we have 3 screens right now. So I don't know in which screen you are appearing. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep smiling, just like a wedding photographer we have. Keep smiling, give me a moment. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time. Also, please mark your attendance. I have shared the link in the chart and you can mark your attendance there. This is the only way you can get your certificate. And I really appreciate those participants who are continuously attending the 2 days session series. And this is your second day for the session. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And over to you, Abir. You can end the session if you're not having any question, or if anyone has something to say, you can always raise your hand and share your thoughts about it. Like, what
Yeah.
do you think about plastic and biodiversity, for instance?
I don't think we have any more questions. Is there anyone in the audience who's willing to ask? Otherwise, we're just going to end this session. No, I think we're out of questions. So thank you so much, Iman, for your time. This was a wonderful session, and I learned, and I'm very inspired from you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, also, Abir, one thing to mention that we are going to have our next session in almost 20 minutes. And it is going to be about awareness session, awareness from action to implementation sort of thing, that what solution we can bring. And we are going to have a very good speaker panel as well. So you can stay in this meeting because it will keep on running. But if you want to take a break, you can rejoin the same link at 7 p.m. Pakistan time, like
So
in 20 minutes.
Right. So I think this is it for this session. People who are willing to leave